Good morning, children. Today we are going to see the question and answers for the fourth lesson, editing a worksheet. Yes, what is a worksheet? We already seen in the lesson, is it not? It is a page or a sheet like in a notebook. Likewise, it is a sheet in the MS Excel. Now, what is this MS Excel? MS Excel is a part of our Microsoft Office suite. There we have many other office applications. One such application is MS Excel, and in MS Excel one sheet is called worksheet. Now we are going to see the question and answers for this lesson. We'll go one by one. Okay, the first one. What is meant by editing a worksheet? Editing a worksheet means you can change the cell contents. Cell contents, if it is written A, B, C, you can change it into I, J, K. Then the second one is copying the data. Copying the data, that is, you can say the same data in other cell. If the cell is having A, B, C, you can copy the same A, B, C into the next cell also. Moving the data, you want it in some other place instead of at this place. You can totally move the data from one place to another. You can insert new rows and columns depending upon the requirement, and at the same time you can delete the rows and columns. Is it not? We can insert the new rows and columns, and we can delete the rows and columns also. So editing a worksheet involves changing the cell contents, copying the data, moving data, inserting rows and columns, and deleting the rows and columns. Okay, now coming to the second question. What are the ways to select the cells? Okay, first, to select a row or a column, we have to click on the row or column heading. If you want to select a row, you have to click on the row heading. If you want to select a column, you have to click on the column heading. Now you want to select the entire worksheet, you have to use Ctrl plus A. You have to press both Ctrl key and the A alphabet key. Then adjacent rows and columns. Adjacent nearby rows or the nearby columns. You select the row which you want, or you select the row or column, then you press the shift key. Press the shift key and the nearby row, which is below row or the above row. Okay, and then coming to the non-adjacent rows. Non-adjacent means they are not nearby, they are somewhere else. So in that case you have to use control key. You have to use the control key. So what are the four ways? First one is to select the row or column. You have to click on the row heading or the column heading. If you want to select the entire worksheet, you have to use the shortcut key Ctrl plus A. Then if you want to use adjacent rows or columns, select a row or a column, then press the shift key. For adjacent rows and columns, you have to press the shift key, and for non-adjacent rows and columns, you have to press the control key. Okay, so these are the four ways to select the cells. Now coming to the question number 3, how to enter the numbers as text. To enter the numbers as text, we have to put a apostrophe before the number. You have to place a apostrophe. Note down the spelling for apostrophe. You have to write it 5 times and see, because it's a very new word and its spelling is bit difficult for you to remember. So apostrophe, APOSTROPHE. So it should be the apostrophe should be there before the number. Then the digit will be treated as text. So the digit will be treated as the text. So to enter the number as text, we have to enter the apostrophe. Now coming to the formatting the date and time fields. That is the question number 4. How to format date and time fields. The date and time format can be chosen from the Format Cells drop down. Format Cells drop down is in the cells group. Okay, you can split that sentence and you can write that Format Cells drop down is in the cells group also. Okay, so date and time format can be chosen from the format cells drop down from the cells group. Okay, the second one is the desired format is chosen from the available options. You have a lot of options there. We can choose the desired format from the options. Either it can be 2nd September 2010 or in full words, okay, or it can be 02-09-2020 or it can be 02/09/2020 or it can be like second 2ND, that ordinal number 2nd September SCP-T, only the short form of September. All those formats are available in the drop down. Okay, so you can select the desired format. So how are we going to format the date and time? We are going to select the date and time format from the format cells drop down and you can choose the available format from there. Coming to the fifth question. What are the ways to change the cell contents? Either the two ways are either you replace the cell contents or you use the edit mode. The two ways to modify the cell contents. One is replace the cell contents or you use the edit mode and you do the editing. So two ways, you have to keep this in mind. Then coming to the sixth question. What are the ways to replace the cell contents? How are we going to do the replacement? So first you select the cell and click on the formula bar. You are going to do the formula bar and you start typing the new letters or the new contents in the formula bar. That will be directly reflected in the cell. Okay, so what is the first option? How to replace. So first select the cell and click on the formula bar. That is, you select the cell and then you place the mouse pointer on the formula bar and you start typing what you want to type. This selected cell should already have some contents. Say it can be 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I am going to place the mouse on the formula bar and I am going to type 8, 9, 10. Now it will be replaced. 1, 2, 3 will be directly replaced by 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is the first option. Now coming to the option B. Now you turn on the overtype mode. Overtype mode, you select a cell, that particular cell, and press the insert key. There is the key called insert, INS key. Okay, so you just select the cell and press insert key. So that will become your overtype mode. Then you can simply type what you want to type. Now again in that same 1, 2, 3, I can replace that with 7, 8, 9. The moment I start typing, it will replace that 1, 2, 3 in overtype mode. So in overtype mode, you select the cell with the contents and you press the insert key together. So now you can type the new contents such that the new contents will directly replace the old existing contents. So these are the two ways. Either you have to click on the formula bar and start typing or you can use this overtype mode. Okay, now coming to the editing mode. Editing mode. How are we going to do the editing mode? First one, you double click on the cell to edit or you can press F2 key. Okay, either you double click or you can press the F2 key. Okay, so these are the two ways to change the contents using the edit mode. Coming to the eighth question. Differentiate undo and redo. Undo. Undo means to revert the last action performed. You are going to go back to the previous action. That is, you are going to skip the action which you performed now. So you are going to go back. So that is when reverse. So reverse the last action performed. So you have to click on the undo button on the access bar or you can use Ctrl plus Z as the shortcut key. Ctrl plus Z as the shortcut key. Now what is redo? Redo means you have to repeat. We are asking you to redo the sums again. That means what? You have to repeat the sums. So in this case, redo means you are going to repeat the same action. Okay, now for that, either you can use the key on the or the button on the quick access toolbar, or you can use Control plus Y as the shortcut key. Okay, either you click on the button or you click on the or you use the shortcut key, which is the Control plus Y. So undo, redo. Undo to revert the last action performed, redo to repeat the last action performed. One is to revert, one is to repeat. So first one, for undo the shortcut key is Control plus Z. For redo the shortcut key is Control plus Y. Coming to the ninth one. What are the ways to insert rows and columns? We can either use by right click option. We can use the right click option, or you can use the insert cells group of the home tab. Okay, you can either use the right click option of the mouse, or you can use the insert cell groups from the home tab. Coming to the 10th question. Mention the shortcut keys for copying, pasting and moving. So first, copying, you use Control plus C. For pasting, you use Control plus P. Now moving means you are going to move from one place to another. So I cut or I can copy, that is Control plus C, and I paste it in some other place. So you have to use both these options, Control plus C and Control plus P. So both this I have to do. I copy it from one place, from one cell, and I select another cell and I place it there, and I can paste it there using Control plus P. So copy, I use Control plus C. For paste, it is Control plus P, and for moving, Control that is copy and paste. Okay, and if you want to cut means you are going to totally remove it from that particular cell. In that case, it will become Control plus X and Control plus P. Control plus P is I am going to paste it at some other place. Okay, so these are the shortcut keys which we will be using throughout the Windows. Throughout the Microsoft Word or Excel, anything, we will be using the shortcut keys. It is the same everywhere. For copying, we use always Control plus C. For pasting, we always use Control plus P. And for moving, we use Control plus C and Control plus P. Okay. Coming to the 11th question. Write a note on autofill feature. Now, what is this autofill feature? It is the easiest way to fill the data in the cells. Easiest way. Okay, how are we going to do this? I am showing an example. We type January in cell B1. Place the pointer, mouse pointer. The pointer here is the mouse pointer at the lower right corner of the cell. You go to the right corner of the cell. On the right hand corner lower section, you place the pointer. Move the mouse pointer changes to the plus sign. Okay, as soon as you get that sign, hold the mouse button and drag it till how many cells you want, you can drag it down. Then the months February to May will appear slowly, or after January you get February, March, April, no, till May. That is, I am going to drag it till only B5. So till May only I will be getting. Now if I extend it, I still drag on till going on till say B7. I will be having till after May it will be June, July. Till July I will be having. Now if I extend till B12, I will be having till December. Okay. So what is this autofill feature? Autofill feature is the easiest way to fill the data in the cells automatically. Example, we can take this example, like type the January in cell B1. Place the pointer at the lower right corner and wait. You can get the plus or the cross symbol at the tip. Drag the tip, that is, place the mouse pointer on that plus sign and drag it through how many cells you want to fill automatically. Okay, then you will be getting all those values appeared on the cells. Okay, so these are the important questions which we are going to write in our lesson number 4. Okay, note it down in your classwork notebook very neatly and send it across. Okay, I have seen many students have not yet completed your computer classwork notebook. Please children, don't repeat this. If at all you are not having the previous lessons question answers, please message me individually, not in the group. Message me individually, I will send you across the question answers. Okay, I am going very slowly only in computer science portions. Okay, already we are in the fourth lesson. I am still going very slowly only. So, if you have not yet completed the classwork notebook till lesson number 4, please message me in WhatsApp individually and get the question answers and update your classwork notebook. You will be having your exams coming very soon. Your quarterly exams will be coming very soon. For that, you should have your question answers ready. Okay, so be serious children and complete your classwork notebook till lesson number 4. Okay, thank you.